Once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom, lived a kind and gentle young woman named Ella. After her beloved mother passed away, her father remarried a woman who had two daughters of her own. Sadly, Ella's father also passed away, leaving her in the care of her cruel stepmother and stepsisters. They were jealous of Ella's charm and beauty, so they made her do all the chores. From dawn until dusk, she scrubbed floors, cooked meals, and mended clothes. Her only friends were the little mice who lived in the walls and the birds who sang outside her window. Covered in cinders from cleaning the fireplace, her stepsisters mockingly called her Cinderella. Despite their cruelty, Cinderella remained kind-hearted, always dreaming of a happier life. One day, a royal announcement spread through the kingdom. The king was hosting a grand ball in honor of his son, the prince. Every young woman in the land was invited. The stepsisters were ecstatic, chattering endlessly about the gowns they would wear and how they would charm the prince. Cinderella's heart fluttered with hope. "May I go to the ball, too?" she asked her stepmother. Her stepmother sneered. "You, in those rags? Of course not, unless you finish all your chores and find a suitable dress." The stepsisters laughed, giving her an impossible list of tasks. With a heavy heart, Cinderella watched them prepare. Her little mice friends, seeing her sadness, decided to help. They found old ribbons and beads and secretly worked to fix up her mother's old dress, turning it into something truly beautiful. When Cinderella appeared in her newly remade gown, her stepsisters were filled with rage and jealousy. They ripped the ribbons and tore the fabric, leaving her in tatters. "Now you certainly can't go," they cackled, before leaving for the ball with their mother. Heartbroken, Cinderella ran to the garden and wept. "It's no more use," she sobbed. "Dreams never come true." Just then, a shimmering light appeared, and a kind-faced woman with a magic wand stood before her. "Don't cry, my dear," she sighed warmly. "I am your fairy godmother, and you shall go to the ball." With a wave of her wand, she transformed a pumpkin into a magnificent golden carriage. The mice became stately horses, and a horse became a coachman. Then, with another flick of her wand, the fairy godmother turned Cinderella's torn dress into a breathtaking ball gown of sparkling silver and blue, with delicate glass slippers on her feet. "It's a dream," Cinderella gasped. "It is," sighed the fairy godmother, "but like all dreams, it has an end. You must be home by the last stroke of midnight, for that is when the magic will fade." Cinderella promised she would remember. She thanked her fairy godmother and rode off to the palace in the golden carriage. When she arrived, everyone at the ball turned to stare. No one recognized the stunning princess, not even her own stepfamily. The prince himself was captivated. He asked her to dance, and they danced the entire night, falling in love. As the clock began to chime 12, Cinderella remembered her promise. "I must go," she sighed, and rushed away before the prince could even ask her name. In her haste, one of her glass slippers fell off on the palace steps. The prince picked it up, vowing to find the mysterious woman who had captured his hat. The next day, a royal decree was issued. The prince would marry the woman whose foot fit the glass slipper. The royal guards traveled all over the kingdom. Every woman, including the stepsisters, tried to squeeze their foot into the tiny slipper, but it fit no one. Just as the guards were about to leave Cinderella's house, she appeared. "May I try?" she asked softly. The stepmother tried to stop her, but the slipper fit her foot perfectly. At that moment, her fairy godmother appeared and restored her beautiful gown. The prince had found his true love. Cinderella forgave her stepsisters and moved to the palace, where she and the prince lived happily ever after.